me what you really like. Baby, I can take my time.
Hey guys, what's going on? I have some exciting news for you guys. I finally selected what my replacement for the Audi R8 will be. Actually picked it up last night, so really excited to show you some pictures of that and get some video footage here shortly once again comes back. I just dropped it off about an hour ago actually to get a clear brow put on and some tint. So once she's looking good, I will bring her back out for you guys to all check out. As a quick summary, the cars I had been previously looking at and contemplating were Corvette Z06, that's the new C7 one, also the new C7 Grand Sport that was just released, Cayman GTS, so a used Cayman GTS, or highly optioned Cayman S, and the other alternative or possible contender was a 997 GT3. End of the day, I actually went with the Corvette Grand Sport, so really excited by that. I got a Watkins Glen Gray Grand Sport, black wheels. It's got the competition seats in it, 6-speed manual, 2LT. Those are the primary options. Got performance data recorder as well. So this was one that was actually on the lot. It's not specifically what I was looking for, but it's pretty close and it looks really, really badass. So I'm looking forward to showing you guys that in a little bit. But for this video, I want to talk about why I chose that over the other cars. I actually had not even test driven the Grand Sport, but based on all the great press it was getting, I knew it probably was the car, at least the Corvette, that would best suit me. I did drive a Z06, C7 Z06 about a week ago, and just realized I'm like, I really don't need that much power. I've had a lot of big power cars before. My old C6 Z06 was over 500 horse. My M4 was tuned with downpipes. That was making over 500 horsepower. The R8's making probably 550 horsepower. All of them are close to about 500 wheel actually, and the Grand Sport's close enough in that power range, and I could also make about 500 wheel with some quick bolt-ons in terms of like getting headers and getting cams put in it if I really wanted that much. But even I haven't revved it out. I'm trying to break it in pretty slowly, but even with the small amount of throttle, it's got more than enough power. And the nice part is it's about 100 pounds lighter than the Z06, but it still has all the suspension bits, so it's incredibly grippy. I do not have the Z07 package, which has the Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2s on it, which allow it to do 1.2 Gs, which is ridiculous, but this thing is easily pulling over a G for sure. As great as the R8 handles, this definitely feels stickier in the turns. It just has so much more rubber. It's got 335 rears, 285 fronts. And I was really looking for more of a handling car. I've had a lot of great cars that are fun on the highway, but I definitely want something that's a little bit more well-rounded and just better for track use, as well as taking out on the back roads too. So up here, especially in California, up Highway 1 up the coast, there's some great roads up there in Marin and so on. But yeah, why I got over the Z06, again, I didn't quite think I needed the power. I could save some money by doing it, and I really wanted the 100 pounds less weight. I think to me that was the real thing. There were some 2016 Z06s that literally I could have gotten for less money than I bought my car for, so it wasn't a factor of money, but hey, at the end of the day, if you can save some money and get a car that you prefer, might as well do that. As for the Cayman GTS, still a great car, still would love it, but it's just not quite as well-rounded as the Corvettes. It doesn't have as good a storage. It doesn't have a targa roof, which I think is really, really cool. It doesn't have as new technology, so obviously the Caymans I'm looking at are about a year or two old, and it's not all the Apple CarPlay and all the connected stuff. The Z06 is actually pretty low. It's got digital displays, it has heads-up display, front and rear cameras, all sorts of really cool gadgets. And again, for me, the storage was really big, so being able to fit some golf clubs in the back is a huge thing. And now with the Z06, you can easily fit 2 sets. With the R8, I cannot do that. I have to put my single set in the passenger well. The Cayman definitely cannot fit it, and like I mentioned, I drove a Boxer GTS. Great car, handled really well. As a driver's car, it's fantastic, but I would say it's much better suited as a second car than a primary car. So, as my channel says, daily supercar, or supercar daily, basically. If I'm daily driving a supercar or a super sports car, I need it to be practical. So at the end of the day, that's kind of why the Grand Sport won out over the other cars. And again, at some point, I really hope to own a Cayman GTS or Cayman S, and as well as a 997 GT3. Those are just fantastic cars. If you've ever driven a 911, you know what I'm talking about. They just are that extra bit that other cars don't quite have. But that being said, the Grand Sport handles a lot better than I thought it would. It definitely has less body roll than the 911s I've driven in and the Cayman, and it has unbelievable grip. The tires are so wide and so sticky that it's just so planted in the turns. And it's really a matter of preference in terms of how it feels. The steering is better than I thought it would. I think it feels better than the Z06 I drove. But again, I didn't have that much time in the Z06. I drove about 2 highway exits, did some on-ramps that were curved, so I got to hit those pretty hard. But other than that, I didn't really drive the car too long, so giving my impressions is not that helpful. But in terms of the steering, it feels a little bit better than the Z06. Again, that could just be my illusion because I've had a little bit more time with the car. But it just feels a little bit more crisp there. But again, in terms of the Porsches, it's so close that it's just more a matter of preference. Maybe I prefer the Porsche steering a little bit better, but again, the Grand Sport is a better car in my opinion all around if you only are going to have one car. So really looking forward to enjoying that car. I still have the V10 R8. It's a 2012. I will be selling it soon, or once I get a buyer, but not rushing to sell it. I'm going to enjoy having both cars for a while. I have to store one at my parents' place because I live in San Francisco and do not have room for a car. Or for 2 cars. So I did not want to street park any of my cars, so one's going to go into storage at the parents. I get to drive on the weekend still if I drive up there. But yeah, really looking forward to making some more videos about my impressions of the car. Look for some more R8 videos coming out as well while I still have it. But yeah, feel free to send any comments or questions that you might have, any feedback you think, why you think I'm right, why you think I'm wrong. Doesn't really matter, I already bought the car. But would love to hear what you guys are thinking about, and happy to share my feedback. Being an owner of the car thus far, and just kind of my past experience with all the cars I've had, which would be Nissan 350Z, Nissan 370Z, C6 Corvette Z06, BMW M4, the Audi R8 V10, and now the 2017 Corvette Grand Sport. So again, fire away some comments, and looking forward to making some good content for you guys. Take care.